Hi everyone, and welcome back to our four-part video series, Women, Nutrition, and Support, how we as healthcare professionals can support our female clients and patients to achieve their individual vision of success. Hi again, I'm Jessica Drummond from the Integrative Pelvic Health Institute, and today we're on video 2. We are talking about gluten. So, nutrition is a big part in helping women have the healing and vibrancy that they need to achieve their vision of success. And there's been a lot of talk about gluten in the media these last few weeks because a new study just came out. So is gluten the devil? Today I want to talk about how focusing on specific evil foods is actually really missing the point about nutrition and women's health. So as I said, this new study just came out in April of this year, 2014, and it was published in the journal Nutrition in Clinical Practice. And essentially what the researchers did was they were trying to find out if gluten sensitivity, if someone does not have celiac disease, is a real thing. And so what they did was they took some patients who had irritable bowel syndrome, so they had digestive symptoms, took them completely off of what's known as FODMAPs. They put them on a FODMAPs-free diet. And let me explain what FODMAPs are. So this low FODMAPs diet did decrease their symptoms. And FODMAPs are certain short-chain carbohydrates. So gluten is a protein. FODMAPs are certain short-chain carbohydrates. Fermentable, and this is an acronym, FODMAPs is an acronym for fermentable oligosaccharides, disaccharides, monosaccharides, and polyols. So what happened was they took these foods out of the diets of the subjects in this study. Their symptoms improved. Then they put them into 3 groups and they added back different kinds of protein. And actually the subjects cycled through the different diets that they added back so that they could serve as their own controls, which is a great study design. So the tricky thing is what they did was one of the groups, one of the diets of adding food back after taking out the FODMAPs was gluten. The second one was gluten and a little bit of gluten and mostly whey or a dairy protein. And the third was just the dairy protein. And in all 3 cases, the patient's symptoms got worse again. They felt badly again. So what they did was the dairy diet was serving as the control, basically saying that okay, gluten sensitivity must not be real because these patients got worse even whether they ate gluten or dairy. But some of you might know that some people are sensitive to both gluten and dairy. So what's the answer? Yay, we have a new answer now. FODMAPs-free diet for everyone, right? So I think this is important. We are really missing the boat when we pick specific foods, proteins, food groups, carbohydrates, and completely villainizing them without looking at the underlying cause of why is everyone so sensitive all of a sudden. Like my drawing of a boat. So we know that food sensitivities are on the rise. So according to the CDC, between 1997 and 2011, food sensitivities increased by 50% in children. So what I want you to start to think of with your women's health patients is not about eliminating one specific villainized food group, whether it was proven in a study to cause harm or not, but to look at what's going on. Why are these women so sensitive? We have been bombarding female and male digestive systems, immune systems, 80% of which are all wrapped up in your digestive system or very closely associated with your digestive system, endocrine systems, the hormone systems, and the detoxification systems with stress, with medications, with food-like products, which are, things like, things that are fake foods you can buy at the grocery store, chemicals. All of these exposures to things are irritating the very sensitive, delicate lining of the intestines and destroying the bacterial colonies that live inside of our intestines. Our and digestive enzymes are weakened, our liver is overburdened, and our hormones are out of balance because we're under so much stress. So this is the true problem of what's going on with your female clients. Not that they need to all get rid of gluten, not that they need to all get rid of FODMAPs, not that they need to all get rid of dairy. In some cases, taking out certain foods of those that are irritating their systems for periods of time to allow those systems to recover is important. But the big picture is, let's increase resilience of the actual systems. So what are the 5 steps to digestive, immune, endocrine, and detoxification resilience? So as a professional, this is a structure that I want you to start thinking of. Step 1, give the gut a break. So everything starts with digestion. If you're not absorbing your minerals, you're going to have osteoporosis. You're going to have pelvic pain. If you're inflamed, so if you're eating foods that are causing the immune system to attack and inflame because those foods are partially digested, not thoroughly chewed, your body has become sensitive to them because there's problems with the gut lining. We've got to give the gut a break. And the best way to do that is to take away those foods that are irritating patients on an individual level. And the easiest way to do that is with an elimination diet, because it's different for everyone. Some patients have problems with gluten, some patients have problems with FODMAPs, some patients have problems with dairy and more. Step 2, lower the overall toxic load. So food is not the only problem. What kinds of junk are your patients putting on their hair and on their skin? Cosmetics and household cleaners and air pollution, mercury in fish. The more we can lower the load, none of us are living in a pristine environment anymore, but just taking some pressure off the poor liver that's doing so much work. Step 3, support sleep and loving relationships. Without these 2 things, your patients are tired, their cortisol, stress hormone levels are up, their resilience is down, and they don't feel like they have the support. Women thrive in supportive community with men, with each other. Think about what our role was 5,000 years ago when we were in tribal societies. We did not function very well alone. We functioned in groups with each other and with children and being supported by the men that were out hunting and coming back from time to time. So think about when you're thinking about, a paleo lifestyle, thinking about how humans thrived, thousands of years ago. It's not just food, it's not just exercise, it's how we took care of each other and rested. Step 4, add back in. So now we've got to heal the digestive system that's been so irritated by medications, stress, food sensitivities. There are nutrients and foods that are healing to the digestive system. Things like bone broth, things like sauerkraut, things like coconut kefir. So probiotic foods, foods full of amino acids and minerals. Foods full of nutrients. How much vegetables are your patients eating? It could be as simple as blended soups. And then physically, our systems have lower cortisol, stress hormone levels, which wreak havoc on the digestive system if they're high, with things like therapeutic massage and laughter and joy and fun. How much fun are your patients having, especially those with chronic pelvic pain, especially those with disability from surgeries or injuries? We need to bring fun back into the everyday life of our patients. And 5, finally, our patients need to be encouraged to move functionally in nature. There are many ways to move the body that are adaptive. Being outside, exposed to light, exposed to vitamin D, and just functionally moving is a great place to start because we spend so much time sitting at computers, sitting at devices. Now that you understand the 5 steps, I want you to understand its purpose as a women's health professional. So our role is to set this 5-step foundation of wellness in order to amplify the long-term effectiveness of all of our other interventions. We are educated in using medications and supplements and therapy interventions, hands-on interventions, surgeries, And these things don't fall by the wayside. Sometimes our patients need these to heal. But when they have a strong foundation of resilience in their digestive, endocrine, immune, and detoxification systems, the long-term effectiveness of all of our other medical interventions is enhanced and may not even be necessary in some cases. It all comes back to resilience. Thank you for being here today. I had a really great time with you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video in the series, video number 3, where we're going to talk all about dessert. Bye.